Welcome to the tour of the lifts at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley. Now, this is a two-storey shopping centre and is home to so many different stores. So we're going to crack on the video and let's get started. Let's do it. The first store we come to is Primark. Now, Primark opened in 2007 to replace a two-storey WH Smith store. However, there was shops right next door to WH Smith, but they were under different names. On the upper level, it was a furniture shop, which I can't remember what it was. But on the lower level, there was two shops, Mark On Clothing, which was a women's wear clothing store, and of course Index Catalogues, which was part of Littlewoods, and most of the Littlewood stores were sold off to Primark, while Index stores had been sold off to Argos. When Primark opened originally in 2007, it had ThyssenKrupp MRL lists with Dewhurst buttons, but when the store extended into the former BHS store, the lifts were modernised by Cone Generic.
Lift at Primark in Merry Hill. It's a ThyssenKrupp lift. This store on this floor used to be WH Smith, which moved over there. And next door was Mark 1 and Index, which was part of Littlewood. And then upstairs there's Cargo Home. And WH Smith had a performance lift. Go in, got to one. And this is a ThyssenKrupp lift, capacity 200 kilograms, 26 persons, year made 2006. Close the door. Go up. Upper door shut. Here we go. This is a very big lift and very fast. Huh? Oh. Now you just need to keep pressing the button to get it moving. First floor. No voice on this one. Alright, these are the lifts at Primark in Merry Hill. Holding up. Go to one. Cars, capacity 2,000 kilograms, 36 persons. These used to be a pair of pistons and they were modernised in 2018. Okay. When the store had a revamp, these little often they kept breaking down. Going down. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Go down to the ground. Doors closing. Sound square. These are good lifts here in Primark. Huge. These are huge. There's CCTV. I'm going to put on X glasses because I've got plastic. And that's it.
So then, we are now going down the shopping centre and going to the glass lift, which is an Otis Gen 2. Now, this lift was originally built as a Schindler M series and used to go up further than the upper mall to the top level from what used to be the old monorail station. Now, if you remember, the Merry Hill monorail was the best mode of transport of all time. Used to run from the boulevard through Times Square and up to the level where the lift went, which was Central Station, and then carried on up towards the waterfront east. But sadly, in the late 90s, the monorail was experiencing technical difficulties and was then sold from Merry Hill to the Oasis Shopping Centre in Queensland, Australia in 2001. And it's such a shame that the Merry Hill monorail has now gone, because it was one of the best modes of transport yet. And then in the 21st century, this lift got modernised to an Otis Gen 2. Talk. Alright, this is the lift at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley, and this is an Otis Gen 2, capacity 1,600 kilograms, 21 persons. First. Modernised 2016, here we are at the first floor.
Hello, you're going down?
So then, I'm now talking over the mic due to the fact that people were in this lift, and as you know, I do not want to get busted. So anyway, we're just going down, so we're now safely on the ground floor. So then, if you might have looked, the Otis Gen 2 lift, which was the Schindler M series, wasn't a square-shaped one when it was a Schindler M series. It was actually a round circular lift, which was one of the most strangest lifts yet. A round circular lift. Anyway, carrying on with the lift tour, there isn't a lift in Argos, but there is a lift in the M&S Women's Wear and Food Store. Now, this was the original M&S store. It wasn't originally just women's wear and food, because if you remembered, the menswear and the cafe was within this store at one time, before they moved it to a satellite store, which I'll touch on later on in the lift tour. Now, this M&S here used to have a Keighley lift, but however, in 2016, Stannah modernised the lift. But the interesting thing about this lift, it has the same announcement voice as the London Underground Piccadilly line. Now, the controls are different. It's upper ground and lower ground, while the Keighley lift used to have a travel button. Let's ride it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Doors closing. Lift going down. Lower ground floor. Doors opening. Doors closing. Lift going up. Upper ground floor. Doors opening.
And now to the lift in River Island. Now, River Island has a high-tech lift which was installed in 2017 from when River Island opened its new store at the Maryhill Shopping Centre. Well, the current store, if you remember, the original store was only on one floor. It was only on the ground floor. And the site where River Island was only on the ground floor used to be occupied by the international clothing store company Uniqlo. Now, there were so many Uniqlo stores all over the country, but however, they're only seen in the main city centres such as Manchester and also London. There is no Uniqlo store in the West Midlands anymore. There's only one in London, especially with the one being at Oxford Street in London, and also the one at Westfield, Stratford City and White City. One.
Doors closing.
Alright, this is the lift at River Island at the Maryhill Shopping Centre in Dudley. And this is a high-tech Kleeman lift, capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. It's Kleeman. Here up first floor. This is going to be the classic levelling.
Doors opening.
Okay, talk, ground. Close the doors.
Doors closing.
Hello. Oh, got to about the yard again. Here we are, going down. Ground floor.
Ground floor.
You're on ground.
Doors opening.
And that's it. And now along to Boots. Now, Boots at the Maryhill Shopping Centre is on 2 floors, and yes, it does have a lift. It was originally built as an Evans when the shopping centre first opened.
Then in the 2000s, it got modernised by a Schindler MRL. But then in the 21st century, this lift has got modernised again into a generic lift, which is an unknown generic lift. And it's not really interesting, to be honest. It's just like a boring, dull, generic lift, really. So anyway, we're going to ride it anyway because it's part of the lift tour. So as you know, a lift is a lift. So let's just crack on with it. Even though it's just a boring generic, not really interesting anymore. It just looks a bit dull now with Dewhurst fixtures. But however, the lift car and the motor, I believe, is still original.
Closing.
Alright, this is the lift at Boots at the Maryhill Shopping Centre in Dudley.
Going up.
This is an unknown lift. Capacity 8 persons, 650 kilograms. Hello, CCTV. Did have an error earlier saying going down. This is
Floor 1.
Here we are, floor 1. This was an Evans lift at one time.
Opening.
Ground.
Going down. Please mind the doors. Doors closing. Going down.
Going down. This one's just same size as the Bournemouth one and also the Worcester one. 650 kilograms, 8 persons again.
Ground floor.
We got ground floor.
Doors
That's
opening.
it. Now along to Next. Now, Next here used to be known as Sainsbury's, or J Sainsbury, as it was originally known when the shopping centre first opened, but it opened in the 80s, the Sainsbury's store. And this shop here was only on one floor, but when Next took it over in 2018, they actually added an upper level. Well, not an upper sales level, it was a mezzanine for the Costa coffee. And the lift here is made by Techno, which is actually modern compared to the Oaklands that Next invested over the years. Okay, this is the lift at the Next at the Maryhill Shopping Centre in Dudley. This is a Techno built in 2018, capacity 1600 kilograms, 21 persons.
First floor.
First floor.
Mind.
Going down.
Ground floor.
Ground.
Mind.
Alright, this is the lift at the
Going down.
Maryhill Shopping Centre in Dudley, and this is a Schindler capacity 1250 kilograms, 16 persons, and this is the lift that goes down to the car park. We're going to ground floor, lower level and car park.
Ground floor.
Here we are, ground floor, used to say lower level and car park.
Opening.
Let's go to 1. Shut the doors. This has got the Piccadilly line voice. Hello, just ignore the torch on the camera.
Lift going up.
He always comes on in darker zones.
First floor.
First floor, middle level and car park it used to say.
Doors opening.
Let's go to 2. Can't go to 3 because that's restricted access, the management, because that's management suite. So then, we're now going towards the next class lift, which used to be a Schindler M series. Then it got modernised by Lift and Engineering Services Limited. And then just before 2020, the lift got modernised to a Kone monospace. Now, as you probably know, that the area it's located used to be where the old Warner Brothers shop used to be. And that was a popular store when you had all the characters, like, lining up in the balcony area where the escalators are. It was an amazing location for the Warner Brothers. And, of course, you had their Pier shop and, of course, Webb's, which is the garden centre company. But, however, that area is now known as the Entertainer and was also once the home of HSBC. And, of course, right next door to that is, of course, the Works Bookshop.
Going down. Doors closing. ground floor. Doors opening. Going up. Doors closing. First floor. Doors opening.
There used to be a Gap clothing store in this shopping centre which had a non-existent second floor and had a Stanley lift. The ground floor in this lift said ground floor men and women, while the first floor said first floor kids and baby. But then they moved the menswear upstairs, but soon Gap closed in 2015 to become Five Guys. Half of it is now closed down. And so anyway, we're now moving away from Gap, from what used to be Gap, and going to what used to be known as Debenhams. Now, as you know, Debenhams was a big, massive department store at the Merry Hill shopping centre, but sadly, during the 2020s, from 2019, the company went into administration and then went into administration again in 2020, meaning all Debenhams had to close their doors for the final time. Just like what happened to Beals at the start of the year, even the year during COVID. But all their stores closed their doors for the final time in 2021. And this one at the Merry Hill was so iconic and had the awesome 90s Schindler lift. Anyway, here's a video of it just before the closure.
So then guys, one final time on the awesome 90s Schindler lift at Debenhams in Merry Hill, and as you know, this store will be closing in 6 days time. So this is it, end of an era. The second loss in Merry Hill since Sainsbury's and BHS departed in 2016. Here's the lift. Alright, let's get in, plastic levelling. Let's go to 1. Capacity 1600 kilograms, 21 persons. Let's get ourselves an indicator. Nice old classic indicator. Digital font. We are 1. We're on first floor. Let's go down to ground. Shut the doors. This is it. No more Debenhams in Merry Hill. Really gonna miss this lift. And you even lost Mothercare as well, that has similar control panel. And here on the ground for the final time. And that's it guys. Let's watch this space, whoever will take over. No, that should close. Let's get one more photo. And that's it.
Now then, we have moved from the upper mall to the lower mall. So we're going to what used to be the original Top Man Top Shop and of course my Selfridge. This also became the temporary home for River Island. And this had a Stanley lift, but however, it was painfully slow. It took ages for the doors to open and also took ages for the lift to level. But anyway, we're going to ride this lift anyway, the 90s Stanley lift. So let's just crack on with the video guys, as we would do, because this lift is really awesome, but however it is slow. And however the fixtures do look like early Dewhurst fixtures. But however there's no communication system in this lift because I don't think they bothered to install it. There was not even a chime either. So it's really strange that there was no chime in this lift at all. Anyway, let's crack on with it.
The lift at River Island Technical Store in Merry Hill. This used to be Top Man and Top Shop with Selfridge and Charlie Brown. And this is the painful stuff. It's absolutely slow. And playing this is Katy Perry and Skip Marley, Chain to the Rhythm. And the lift escalator, here's an Allen key. Here it comes. Here it is. Here we go. Go down to the ground. And this is a standard lift. Capacity 620 kilograms, 8 persons. Kira's coming up there. And this is slow lift. Slow lift. This is a slow lift. Here we come. This was where the former Topshop was. And Charlie Brown's. Here we go. Ground level. Get ready for the doors to open. Here we are. No way. Slowly.
Now we are going over to the temporary home of H&M. This used to be the Topman and Topshop. And the lift here is a modern type Stanner. However, the lift is still in use, but when H&M moves back to its original home after its refurbishment, it will only be on one floor. So anyway, let's ride this amazing Stanner. First, when it was Topman and Topshop, and the second from it being the H&M pop-up store. So let's just crack on with it.
This is the lift at Topman Topshop in Merry Hill. This is a Stanner lift. Capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. Go to 1.
Closing doors.
It's going up.
Going up.
Let's see if the voice is working properly this time. It's quite fast, this lift.
Floor 0.
Whoa! Still not working properly. Yeah, floor 1, sorry.
Opening doors.
Go to 0. Close the doors.
Closing doors. Going down.
The same. Nice motor.
Floor 0.
And here we are on the actual floor 0. And that's it.
Opening
And
doors.
that's it.
Talk.
Closing doors.
Alright, this is the lift at the H&M temporary store at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley.
Going up.
This is a Stanner, capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. Year built 2015,
Floor 0.
2016. We're at floor 1.
Opening doors.
Let's go back down to ground. And I'm going down.
Closing doors. Going down. Floor 0. Opening doors.
Now we are going over to the temporary home of H&M. This used to be the Topman and Topshop. And the lift here is a modern type Stanner. However, the lift is still in use, but when H&M moves back to its original home after its refurbishment, it will only be on one floor. So anyway, let's ride this amazing Stanner. First, when it was Topman and Topshop, and the second from it being the H&M pop-up store. So let's just crack on with it. Talk. Anyway, this is the lift at the Superdry store at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley, and this is an Oakland Excelsior, capacity 1,000 kilograms, 13 persons. Nice lights. This is the last Oakland lift at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre, and the last lift to have the centre gate voice. Here we are on the first floor. Let's go back to the ground. Talk. Hello. Oakland. There used to be an Oakland lift in Next, but with different kind of buttons. But however, Next is moved into the old Sainsbury's, and the Next was where TK Maxx was. We are back on the ground, and that's it. Now along to the glass lift, which has been decommissioned and was a Lift and Engineering Services Limited.
Anyway, this is the generic lift outside H&M in Merry Hill. Those buttons look like the station ones. Let's go up to 1. Capacity 26 persons, so 2,000 kilograms. Going up. Woo! There's me in the mirror. Woo! Here we are. Excuse me, busy. First floor. Hello. Go down to ground. Let's go to ground. Going back down. And here we are. On ground. On ground. And that's it.
Now along to the lift in H&M. Now H&M was originally built as C&A, and the C&A had a first lift, and then when H&M took over they retained the first lift until 2009, and the lift then got modernised by Stannah. And this H&M is currently closed for refurbishment, meaning the lift will no longer exist, as H&M will only be on one floor from when it moves along.
Go to 1, this is the lift at... Alright, go to 1, this is the lift at H&M in Merry Hill. It's a Stannah lift, capacity 24 kilograms, 1800, 24 persons, 1800 kilograms. Quite slow.
Floor 1.
Floor 1, go back down to G.
Door opening.
Go back down to G.
This lift is going down.
Hi there. Security camera there.
Ground floor.
Ground floor.
Door opening.
And that's it.
And now along to the other M&S. Now, this M&S originally opened as Littlewoods, and then M&S opened it as their menswear store, meaning there is 2 M&S's within Merry Hill. The lift here was originally built as an Evans. Then it got modernised in 2021 to a Stannah lift. Now you may be thinking I'm also going to include BHS into this video, but the answer is no. I'm not including it, neither with the Copthorne Hotel and also the waterfront. But there is a surprise at the end of the video.
Alright, this is the lift at M&S in Merry Hill. Yes, it's finally in operation. Let's go to 1. This is an Evans lift. Capacity 20 persons, 1500 kilograms. This used to be the Littlewoods. I'm so glad this nice old 90s Evans lift has been repaired. I was always thinking it was going to be modernised by generic, but no. Still in good working condition. Here we are at 1. Let's go back down to ground. Go to ground. I'm so happy this lift has... There's the key switch. That's the light. Switch. Doesn't work. Door hold button. There's the arm button, and there's the indicator for overloaded. So nice to see this nice old Evans lift still in good working condition. Here we are on the ground floor. And that's it.
Okay, this is the lift at the M&S number 2 store at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley. This is store number 2. So once again, this is the lift at M&S store number 2 at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley. Because this is store number 2 and this is the menswear store. This lift was built as an Evans in the 1990s,
And then in 2021, this lift got modernised by Stannah. One of the last remaining Evans lifts that survived at Merry Hill, and now it's been modernised. Here it is. Same size as the elevator at JCPenney in Florida. Here it is. Let's go to first floor.
Doors closing.
Capacity 20 persons, 1,500 kilograms.
Lift going up.
Year modernised 2021. This store here used to be Littlewoods, and then it became the M&S store number 2.
First floor.
First floor, let's go back to ground floor. Oh,
Doors opening.
oh, hang on. Hello, going down?
Yes.
Yep. Grand.
Doors closing. Lift going down.
Just someone who likes lifts.
Ground floor. Doors opening.
Now, I've missed a few lifts in this lift tour. I missed the ones out on the closed down multi-storey car park, and also the former lift that was in the middle of the shopping centre. So anyway, we're now going along towards Waterstones, where there is a Stannah lift, and this one rattles compared to the other Stannahs because it does creak when you move about in this lift. So it is a bit not substantial, really. I think this lift eventually might get modernised. Talk. Let's go to 1. Okay, this is the lift at the Waterstones at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley. This is a Stannah, capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. Look in your mirror, do you see? Hey now. Doors are going to open on this side on the first floor. Here on the first floor, let's go back down to ground. Doors opening. Doors does not close when I push the button. Oh, like that. And doors are going to open this side on the ground floor. Yes, this side. One of the last original Stannahs still in public use at Merry Hill. Here we are on the ground. And that's it. And now along to Asda. Now, Asda originally opened as Carrefour, then it changed to Gateway, and then it changed to Asda. Now, there used to be a lift in this Asda until 2020, and then they decommissioned it. The lift was originally built as an Evans, had a very bodge job in the 2000s, and then in 2006 or 2007 or 2008, this lift got modernised by ThyssenKrupp. This is the lift at Asda in Merry Hill. Go to 1. It's a ThyssenKrupp lift, capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons, year built to modernised 2007. This store used to be Carrefour, the French hypermarket, and then it changed to Gateway as Gateway's merged with Summerfield's, but this went straight on to Asda. We got 1, which is the cafe area. So that is the cafe, and there's a pharmacy on the first floor, and the ground floor is the main store. Anyway, let's go back to G.
Ground floor.
Here we are back at G. And that's it. So then, we will not be showing our map for the rest of the video, so we're now going to the retail park. First, we're going to go to the Otis Gen 2 light lift in TK Maxx. Then we're going to miss out where Mother Care was, because I never filmed the lift there. So we're going to go over to the range to film the Horizon and the platform lift. However, the platform lift was originally seen at Harvey's, and also to where Oak Furniture Land lift was. So anyway, let's crack on with the remainder of the video. Go to 1.
Doors closing.
Alright, this is the lift at TK Maxx at the Merry Hill Retail Park in Dudley. And this is an Otis Gen 2 built in 2022, capacity 1,000 kilograms, 13 persons. Here we are, first floor.
Doors opening.
Ground floor. Talk.
Going down.
Talk.
Doors closing.
Hello. This used to be MFI, Best Buy, Kiddie Care and Ultimate Outdoors, and now STK Maxx. Here on ground floor. This is a brand new store. And that's it.
Lift is going down.
Alright, this is the lift at the range at the Boulevard Retail Park at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley, and this is a Horizon capacity 1,000 kilograms, 13 persons, built in 2013. Here we are ground, let's go back to one. Let's go back to one.
Doors closing.
Hello, nice lights.
This lift is going up.
Going back up. Now see. Here we are, first floor. And that's it.
Lift going down. First floor. Lift going down.
Alright, this is the platform lift at the range at the Merry Hill shop at the Boulevard Retail Park at the Merry Hill Shopping Centre in Dudley. And this is a Phoenix platform lift. Capacity 400 kilograms. This store here used to be Harvey's and Benson's the Beds until they closed in 2020, and then the range expanded into this part, and now the range store has the platform lift. So here we are approaching the ground floor. You have to hold the button on this lift, unfortunately.
Lift going down. Ground floor.
It's a platform lift. Here we are, ground floor. Let's go back to one.
Lift going up.
It's really awkward when you have to hold the button on this lift. Leicester fixtures, Dewhurst. This is just like the lift at the Hobbycraft store in Telford. Very rare to have a platform lift at the range. It's like Oakland indicator. We are coming back up to the first floor. And there's a CCTV camera there. Here we are, ready to level. Now the door's open manually, so I have to push it open. Here we are, on the first floor.
First floor.
And that's it.
Lift going up. Lift going up.
Alright, this is the lift at Harvey's in Merry Hill. And this is our only ride because this store is closing down. This is something like that. Phoenix. Here we are at the top. This is also connected to Benson's bed. Last time.
First floor.
Here we are, first floor. Let's go back down to ground.
Lift going down.
Put that down. It's the last time. Well, this here used to be Decathlon. Used to have a weird platform lift, but this platform lift for Harvey's. I'm going to really miss this lift. Now, quite slow. Same indicators as Auckland. Right here on the ground for Harvey's.
Ground floor.
And that's it. So then guys, anyway, here we are on the lift at the Oak Furniture Land in Merry Hill. And this is a Gartec made by Ritco, capacity 5 persons, 14 kilograms. This will be the only ride because the store is going to close down. Let's go up. This is the platform lift. We're at the top floor. Let's go back down. On the ground. Gonna miss this store, and thanks for watching. So then, now let's jump on a bus to Brawley Hill and go to Brawley Hill Library to ride what might have been an old Marriott and Scott lift, but sadly got modernised by a generic lift. But anyway, we're going to ride it anyway, so we are going to jump on the service 2 that goes Merry Hill to the Wren's Nest, and jump on and then go to the lift in the library. Well, hello, my name is Joe Wilkes, and we are on the 2 from Merry Hill to Dudley. This is an Enviro 200, big 865, long wheelbase. There's a hope here. not working properly. Anyway, this is the lift at the public library in Bromley Hill Town Centre. This is a les lift capacity, 13 persons, 4,000 kilograms. Here we are on floor 1. Let's go back to ground.
Doors closing.
Single door. One door, just like the Dover elevators in America. It's working properly. That's the rear door. There's the key switch.
Ground floor.
We're on ground floor.
Doors
And that's it.